What are you talking?
Okay. Hello, Doug. It is so good to have you join us, and I'm hoping that Anne Marie just jumps in. But
Yeah, it's been a
sometime,
while.
yes, it has been a while, and I'm so happy to be getting the old team back together. Really great to see your face.
Yeah,
Um, Sometimes people have trouble because I'm using the university Zoom.
yeah,
If they're trying to join from an app, it doesn't always work.
no.
And apologies to you for last week. I was all organized,
Hmm.
right? So
Get to
ran
the
into the
airport.
airport. Yeah, ran into the airport, went to the check-in counter. My intention was to do the Zoom from the lounge, right?
Okay.
So went to the check-in counter and they wouldn't check me in.
Oh.
So then I went to look at my phone to get the time, and I didn't have my phone. I'd left it in the car that had dropped me off. So I'm standing there wondering what to do. And my girlfriend arrived with my phone. She saw it, so she ran it back in. So then I went and found a spot in the busiest part of the airports
Yeah.
to do this Zoom. And security came and told me to move on.
Oh.
And I said, but I'm about to have an appointment. And they said, sorry, appointment's in the lounge, not out here. So, so then
Oh,
I went,
wow. That's a bit draconian.
oh, that's why I swore about Cairns Airport. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then back to the check-in counter and said, can you check me in early? No. Can I leave my baggage here then and I'll come back? No. So I apologize profusely. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
No, no. That's okay.
Okay, so I know that you've had some really recent disruptions in your life, as we all do. Like
Yeah.
life doesn't stop when we're having a PhD. So is there something you can do to now extend the time you've got to complete your PhD? What's the process there?
I'm hoping to backdate my leave for at least 6 months. Not six, well, 6 months would be nice. 6 weeks. Um,
Yeah.
and that will push the clock forward back. Give me
Yeah.
6 weeks additional time,
Yes. Yes. Okay.
which is handy because I still haven't done my confirmation, and I'm still waiting for my supervisor to get back to me with my draft of my
Yeah.
proposal. She's had that for over 6 weeks.
Oh gosh.
I know, and she cancelled Thursday supervision this morning.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there'll be 3 weeks between that time since last supervision. So and I've only got the one supervisor at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
which is really annoying and frustrating and
Yeah.
disheartening.
Yeah, it's incredibly disheartening. Now you're still with Charles Darwin University?
Unfortunately, yeah,
Okay, yeah, yeah. It's very, very hard. They all seem to be super stressed, and now they're all going on holidays too.
yeah. You know, Charles Darwin spent 34 million on consultants last year.
What was that for? Consultant lecturers or?
No, it is consultants
Okay,
on various whatevers. That was one of the highest. Apart from the group of eight, it was one of the highest for non-group of eight universities.
yeah, okay.
Are they
That's
going
an
to
awful
spend that on staff or other materials or Tara?
Tara. Yeah. Look, I'm a Tara lover.
Oh,
I adore Tara. I just think
yeah.
she's a wonderful human being. And I get how some people probably don't like her, but she seems to polarize opinions.
Mm,
But I've been polarized to the positive end. I
yeah.
really liked her, and I grieve her greatly, as you know.
Yeah.
Um, but she said something on in a Facebook response to myself and Liam in the UK. And she said she never goes backwards, and that stood her in really good stead. So now
Yeah.
I understand why she can't like be my critical friend. I get that she can't be the
Yeah.
supervisor, but I now completely understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love that woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I let it be known, I recently met with a lot of the seniors at CDU. I went to a graduation ceremony here in Nhulunbuy.
I saw that.
Oh, so
I
I
saw, heard, read something on your post.
yeah, probably on LinkedIn, yeah. And I've decided that I will graduate here.
Yes.
So this time in 12 months, I'm going to be Dr. Bayliss, but you can call me Megan.
I'll address all correspondence, Megan.
Megan, yeah. Yes. I had to laugh. There was a meme that came through recently about PhD life, and I did share it to my
I
LinkedIn
did. I
account.
saw that with work, social, and
Well,
those
yeah,
three pies, and
yeah.
all the rest is what 20 or a dozen odd all overs.
And I'm in that last column, like, should I quit? Should I stay?
Yeah.
I think I'll have all of my correspondence addressed doctor.
Yes.
I laughed.
My honours, one of the honours conveners, last year, or whatever at Flinders, said the only time he used doctor to get to advance his standing was on a real estate application. That's the only time it's come in handy.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Times Paul has said to me, oh, I can't wait until you are Dr. Bayliss and earning lots of money. And I said, look at all of my friends who've got PhDs. They're poorer than
Yeah,
it doesn't quite equate. And that's not why I'm doing it to make money. Yeah. For me, it's been a 30-year wait, so I'm really happy to do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
it's something I never thought I'd be able to do. So yeah.
yes. Yeah, and you've had some real holdups, which is just terrible.
Mm,
Yeah. So how far in now? Are you also on a stipend?
yep.
Okay, so you
So
got a
I've
yeah.
got 2 years left basically after January 8 next year.
Okay. So are you, even though you're waiting for feedback from your single supervisor, are you writing? Are you carrying on
I'm
anyway?
doing working on chapters.
Oh, yep. Okay, good.
I
Yeah.
started writing on the methodology chapter yesterday
Yeah.
and the theory chapter, which I'm not sure I'll proceed with because
Mm-hmm.
that might just morph into the methodology chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was talking about symbolic interactionism and social constructionism and realism, and they're
Mm-hmm.
mainly parts of the methodology with part, the top part that I was had configured. And the theory mainly is environmental sociology and eco-socialism. They
Mm-hmm.
are the main two theories that I will be applying, but that's also possibly chapter two, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
It does. And I think you just have to keep writing until you get.
Mm,
So you're not going to have to go to ethics or
yeah,
not?
yeah.
Oh, you are.
I'm
Yeah.
doing
Okay.
interviews. I'm hoping
Yeah.
to do interviews,
Okay.
um, possibly 20,
Yeah.
I hope. Not too many, because I want to transcribe them myself.
Okay.
And if it's 30 I'd outsource
It's
uh,
a lot
if I
of
could.
work. Yeah. I'm still analyzing. I
Mm,
was, I believed that I could do it in 2 weeks. Well, that was
no.
2 months ago. Yeah. And I'm still going through. But the thematic analysis workshop that I did with Claire Moran,
Mm,
it it changed my thinking around all of this. It was very good. So I recommend that.
okay.
And you should still have a funding allocation from
Yes,
CD.
I've got oh,
About four
let's
and a
see.
half.
I haven't used this semester, so there's 800.
Yeah.
I had a little bit left over from first semester,
Yeah.
and of course that I've got next year. So yeah, I should be able to after I've paid it and get reimbursed, I should be able to do the Claire.
Oh, yeah,
workshop.
it's brilliant. Yeah. And she's got a new website now, so I'll send you the link afterwards if you like. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Anne Marie the thing I sent this morning.
Sure. Yes, yeah. And Anne Marie obviously isn't joining us. Anne Marie, we miss you. Hurry up. See you next Monday. But who knows? It's wet season up here, or it's the
Yeah.
beginning of season. So I know Cairns was getting flogged with rain, and she's in Normanton, which is on the other side of the
Okay.
triangle.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, the other side of the top of Australia, so Cape York Peninsula.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Cairns is on one side and she's on the Gulf of Carpentaria
Oh,
side.
wow.
Yeah, so I don't know. We're certainly not, we haven't had the torrential rain here yet. I'm waiting. It's hot enough for it. Yeah, which is a real issue for me. I'm talking about, now you said eco-socialism.
Yeah.
Theory. I haven't heard of that. I know of eco-social work, but that's not a theory, that's a
No.
practice.
The
But
eco-socialism sort of looks at a more democratic style of socialism and takes to the point that climate change was caused by capitalism,
yeah,
and in order to resolve, this is probably not the correct way of saying it. It's more of a bastardized version. But to resolve um, climate change is to implement a sort of a socialist paradigm that's more democratic, feminine, feminist leanings. Um, yeah, and a more whole. Yeah, you don't no not run by elites or anything. It's the whole socialist sort of ideas, but on
yeah,
a more democratic sort of platform.
yeah. How interesting. I'm using socialist theory, well, Gramsci
Yeah.
as a theorist rather than socialist theory.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's really very interesting. I've just returned from Melbourne from the
Yeah.
AASW International Conference,
How's
and
that going?
it was good. It was full on, like so full on, and it was a little bit.
Disappointing?
This is my view. No. It was disorganized
Oh,
when people were changing from room to room. So I felt terrible for the presenters if I had to come in after they'd started. And
yeah,
certainly when I was presenting, so I presented my research,
yeah,
people just kept coming in and then they
yeah,
had to door. So very disruptive.
yeah.
And I gave that feedback to AASW, and I believe a heap of other people have as well, just
Mm.
going by what I've seen on their social media pages. But there was a lot of eco-social work, which I was really heartened to see.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I've,
I thought
yeah,
good.
I'll sort of track some down.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I can give you the contact the session contact details, so you should be
Yeah,
able to contact the writers there.
yeah.
And you can get 2024 stuff, that's great. But there was quite a few people running retreats for the general
Okay.
to help introduce them to eco-social work and what that means. Like we're not looking for social justice just for people, but we're
Mm.
looking for
For
justice
the
for
planet
all.
and
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it was fascinating. And as you
mm.
know, I'm really interested in that area anyway.
Yeah,
But I'm very
yeah. You've
glad
done that sustainability um course.
I did, yeah. I did a postgrad diploma. Was it a
Yeah,
diploma? Yeah, postgrad diploma in sustainability. And I did it when it was offered for free with the
yeah.
price of 6 months credit towards the sustainability degree, which I was very interested in doing.
Mm.
But by the time I had got around to be in a position to do another degree,
Yeah.
uh, JCU, James Cook University, had actually no longer supported 6 months credit.
Oh, of
So
course.
yeah, yeah, and it doesn't matter because then I got my PhD anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I was just
Question.
doing something. Yeah.
Now, question. The SA government is looking into what is it? a registrar of or registering
Registration?
social workers.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Now, not as a non-employed, non-practicing social worker that I am, would it be my interest to register when it becomes a thing?
Yeah, I guess it depends on what you want to do. My first response is yes, it's always worth it.
Yeah,
Uh, but of course, it's going to cost you some money and it's going to
yeah,
cost the time required to go through the registration process. So I don't yet know what that is.
no,
I'm assuming that after your PhD, you're going to be wanting to work in either academia or practicing. Am I
mm,
correct? You're going to want to get a job? Yeah.
yeah, somewhere,
Yeah,
yeah, or go
as
back to uni.
yeah, yeah, but I think it is valuable. But
Yeah,
even Doug, for let's just say you get to go to Papua New Guinea to present a paper,
mm,
it makes a difference if you are a registered social worker because
yeah,
there's some accountability controls around it.
hmm,
But completely up to you. But I am supportive of registration.
yeah. Because
And
I was a member of the AASW till it became economically unviable.
it's
'Cause,
expensive. Yeah.
yeah, like even TASA, the Social Sociology Association, is highly affordable. It's
Yeah.
cheap as
Yeah. Yeah.
it probably doesn't give you the same recognition or indemnity insurance that the AASW does, but as a organisation, it's more suited. It's more balanced in their
Yeah.
fee.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I complain, and I have said that this will be my last year where I am a accredited mental health social worker
Yep.
because I'm not working directly with mental health anymore. Like I'm not doing the practice. So while I'm in academia, it seems ridiculous to be paying that extra money.
Yeah,
Yeah. But then other people have said, oh, don't do that because then it's too hard to get it back again. And it's handy if you're able to say that you're an accredited mental health or a credentialed mental health
yeah.
social worker. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's personal choice, I think.
Hmm.
But from what I saw at the conference, there's a lot of gripes and a lot of unhappiness
Yeah,
over many, many things. Yeah. So I prefer, while I'm doing my politics, not to stay, while I'm doing my PhD, to stay
yeah.
out of the politics so
Hmm.
that I'm concentrating, but I've got a view for afterwards.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
of course,
but
your future is more Churchill Fellowship, traveling
correct.
America with Renee,
Yeah,
hopefully, fingers crossed,
yeah,
and
yeah. Donald
learning
Trump,
from her, and
president.
yeah,
Yeah, well, Donald Trump is the president. I'm not going to
no,
America. Yeah. But yes, I absolutely want to be able to work in Brene Brown's research centre.
oh good,
Um,
yeah, will
which
Paul
is,
go?
yeah, probably. Yeah, I thought he would. Yeah. Yeah. I was away for 10 days in Melbourne and he really missed me, and I missed him too. Yes. Yeah. And I did say while I was away, I don't want to travel alone anymore. I've
Mm,
always done my traveling by myself, but I have
yeah,
a very bad back. And now just getting suitcases, it's too much for me. So
mm,
Paul, who is younger than me, his
no.
back is stronger than mine. And he hasn't had four babies.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes. So I don't know what I want to do. If I'm going to be international,
yeah,
of course, it is going to pay to be members of different associations.
yeah,
But just picking up on what you said about indemnity insurance, you don't have to be a member of AASW to get insurance. You
no,
can go directly to an insurance broker to try and work you out the best deal based on what your job is.
okay,
So I do have my insurance through the AASW,
mm-hmm.
uh, but I don't need it for practicing with clients. I
No.
still supervise some social workers.
Yeah.
So obviously I need it for that. Yeah, yeah, personal choice, and
Yeah.
I guess it's what you want. I'm over 60, so I don't have a lot of work years left
No.
anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to finish my PhD, and then I want to read a shitty novel.
Oh, there's so many of those around, isn't there?
Well, speaking of that, and these are not shitty novels, but we are starting book club again in January. So I don't know if you know that I've actually run book clubs for years. It wasn't just for my PhD data collection.
Okay.
And
There's a lot
I,
of books I could do, but I'm a very slow reader of paper.
yeah, okay. Well, audiobooks, that's, as you know, it came out in my research
Mm,
that the words are interchangeable. When somebody says that they've read a book, they might have actually listened on
yeah,
Audible. Yeah. And certainly for me, I have to think about, well, what is reading? Is it sitting down with a book?
yeah.
Because sometimes I do that, but I read best on Audible and I'm taking notes at the same time.
Oh, I
That's,
can't do that. I've never been able to multitask. Although
well,
there's
you
few
can do it.
terms or somebody says multitasking doesn't actually exist.
No, yeah, yeah. On the Audible app, you can
Yep.
clip where, take a little clip of where you're at, then you go
Oh,
back and you can write notes about it.
oh,
So that's how I did most of my initial thinking about what I wanted my research questions to be.
yeah.
So I'd go into Audible and I'd look at, all of the notes that I'd written and listen to the different little 30-second clips, that meant something to me. And then I'd look at my notes and go, oh my God, what was in your head? That doesn't even make sense. Or, God, I must have broken into the house and put that in there. Can't have been you.
Is
So
that
it's
on a PC app or on the phone app?
fine. You do believe you can do the same thing on a PC? Yeah.
I think I could act, or was it Kindle I could access on the PC? There was something I had to download some bloody thing and to make
Yeah.
it work, but it was one of the two.
Yeah, now you've just raised something with me. So I've got Kindle on my phone, but I haven't got it on my PC. And
Mm,
that's so much easier for me. There's a really good social work and Gramsci, a social theory book, social work theory book.
yeah,
And I find it very difficult on my phone because I wanted to go backwards and forwards between pages. But yes, on the PC, that would be so much easier.
it would. Yeah, yeah. Investigate. See if Microsoft Store or is a third party software that might do it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. See, these are things that I never considered when I first went into a PhD.
Mm,
So I thought it would all be just reading books and writing notes and, printing out journal articles.
yeah.
Some people have said to me, do you still print stuff? Why don't you just read on the screen? Can't.
Mm,
Because when I read, I write notes. So
yeah.
if it's just a journal article that's PDFed and I can't write notes, to me that's not reading.
I used to highlight in EndNote where you can highlight or annotate, not annotate, will highlight what you read as
Yeah.
important bits. But I
Yes.
really should start getting a paper book, notebook out and writing the notes out and actually writing my chapters.
Yeah, yeah. So I have a system, and of course, anybody who's doing research, you have to be so ethical in
Mm,
case, we're asked, well, do you really read that?
yeah,
So I am the person that writes notes all the time. So for example, you might not be able to see this. Yeah, it's
I
too
did it
blurry.
one bit. Go closer. Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Oh, no.
27 of the third something. 24.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. So I write the date that I read it, and then I have notes all the way through my articles and highlighting. You probably
yeah.
can't see that.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
the highlighting. Yeah.
But just as like social proof and academic proof that I have read all of these articles, but I have so many of them all over the place.
Yeah.
But while I'm walking the dog, I like to put my earphones in and listen to Audible. And so many textbooks are also on Audible.
Yeah.
And in fact, all of my darling Brene Brown, oh, why is this? This is the focus on this is terrible. Uh, but Brene Brown, all of her books are on there.
Yeah.
And this one, I thought it was just me, but it isn't. That's actually her grounded research. So that's her PhD that
Oh,
she then published as popular media,
oh
popular.
wow.
Yeah. Yes. So I love that.
What's
Now,
the name of that book?
this is, I thought it was just me, but it isn't.
Okay.
So
Because
she
I've got a credit on Audible just waiting to be used.
okay. Well, no, you need to spend it on something for your research
Yeah,
or
I
or for book club if you want to join us in January.
know. Hint, hint.
So have you read this is not academic now. Have you read Where the Crawdads Sing?
I've seen the movie, had the book. Where did I put the book? My partner found the novel at one of those community library little boxes that you find out
Oh,
around the place.
the free ones, those ones? No,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. Them.
I don't know if I put it outside to be taken away or if I kept it. I might have to go through the books outside because there's a whole box and a bit of books, and I thought that go away. They're just taking up space.
Yeah. Okay,
But it's not
so
a big book.
sorry.
It's not a big book.
No, no. And I thought the movie was relatively close to the book. It didn't have
Okay.
as much in it as the book. They skipped some sections, but it was still close.
Mm,
So we're doing Where the Crawdads Sing at book club in January. So it's an
yep.
online book. And the reason we're doing it is that I did it at a book club around about 2 years ago, and the people that came were all gobsmacked at what came out of the book, things that they
Okay.
considered around attachment theory, for
Mm,
example, trauma issues.
yeah.
So for obviously the non-academic people who attended, and this book club is open to anybody, right?
Mm,
So it does, it's not just social workers or psychologists,
yeah.
but those lay people learnt so much from what the academically inclined people were getting out of the book. Uh,
Okay.
so that's why we've decided to do it again.
Yeah.
And then February's book is going to be, what is that one? February is The Owl and the Pussycat. So it's a poem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The Owl and the Pussycat. And a social worker from Sydney is going to facilitate that one. And she's facilitating it as an anti-racist statement.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. That's a nice
I
approach. Nice
Yes,
tone
and
to
I
it.
didn't
Yeah.
consider that, yeah. And then I'm back in March with where is it? This is a well worth the read, this book. Have I got it here? Where is it? Come on, jump out at me.
Wartime Wartime Book Club.
Yeah, the Wartime Book Club. Yeah.
That's a big
Um,
book.
oh, this was excellent, and I'm using this all the way through my thesis.
Yeah.
It's so good. uh, Based on research, but written as popular culture, which is
Oh wow.
that I love. Yeah.
Mm,
Because really, who except for academics picks up academic literature?
yeah.
Yeah. In terms of dissemination, it makes sense to me for people to be publishing like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the Earthchild series, the Clan of the Cave Bear? Can't remember the others.
I've
G.
seen I think
Paul.
I actually had one of the books here in the house.
Okay. Plains of Passage is another one. So she was an anthropologist, and
Mm.
that was her research that she wrote as popular culture.
Oh wow. I did not
Yeah.
know. I
Yeah.
thought it
Oh,
was
there's
just some great story.
some story. Yeah. So many of them. So I talk about that in one of the chapters in my thesis as well,
Yep.
which my thesis is going to be published as popular culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will rewrite it into everyday language and to make it a good read and a ripping yarn.
I'm sure it will be.
So we're at the half hour. Now, sometimes Anne Marie and I write, sometimes we don't, because she might have something else on. But I don't, I've only recorded it once because it's then very boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. And takes up so much space on the computers.
Yeah.
So shall we end and just
Right.
at home by ourselves?
Yep.
Yeah? All right. Well, Doug, it was wonderful to have you join us. Really, really.
Okay. And I hope to see you next week. And
Yeah.
Gay's website has software that has a 14-day trial. Which website? The PhD Success website.
Okay.
Under resources, there's software, and down the bottom there's a bit of software that you can trial, and it sort of does what looks at the copy editing problems, mistakes.
Okay.
It's 159 a year to buy
Yeah.
Australian, I think, or a 14-day trial for free.
Yeah.
And if you send the report to, say, Gay, she'll know what to look for, and I think you
Yeah.
get it back quicker, her work back quicker to you.
Okay. Well, I am going to use Gay for my final edits.
Mm.
Um, Editing is not my strong point. Either is housework, but I don't care about that.
Not do I.
But I do care about the editing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm absolutely going to use Gay, which is wonderful for me because she was also one of our participants.
yeah,
Yeah, so
okay,
this is a very nice way to be able to give back.
yeah,
Yeah. All right. Please keep me informed in the next week if you do hear back from your supervisor.
yep.
Um, I'm concerned that this is dragging on for you so long.
I know. I think Julie has the same supervisor and the same issues,
Well, Julie, last I spoke to Julie, she had only 6 weeks left of her thesis. So
and
has
that
she,
6 weeks is going on for months. So,
yeah, was she
yeah,
on scholarship?
I'm not sure.
Because once the scholarship ends, that's it.
Yeah, yeah,
So for a lot of people, they'd have to go out and get a job, which then is problematic for finishing your thesis as well. Yeah.
because I
Oh,
wonder
yeah.
how much they charge a year to have you on the books, so to speak, for the uni to have you enrolled at a PhD, because that wouldn't be cheap.
No, they don't get paid, is my understanding, until you complete your PhD. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're keen for people to complete
Mm,
so they can get paid. But for those like you and I who are on scholarship, that's additional money that they have attracted.
yeah,
Yeah. But they still want us to complete.
yeah,
When you haven't got sufficient supervisors, though, that makes it very hard.
it does.
Yeah. I just took the bulls by the horns, as you know, as soon as they said no, they're not going to give Tara adjunct status. I contacted a young site that I'd seen him many times on Tara's link ups and I liked
Okay.
his style. So I
Mm,
got him. And then the university suggested Dr. Nathan Franklin, who is his political science, and his area of specialty is Indonesian studies, which has got nothing to do with me, but he knows Gramsci. So that was beautiful. Yeah.
yeah,
But I didn't wait. I just, no, I'm going to do this myself because I'm just not waiting. Yeah.
yeah. Well, Kim suggested someone in the sciences, um, though she hasn't named them, and somebody else in the social sciences. But the problem is this: certain people are leaving at the end of the year and not coming back.
Yeah.
So that's an issue in the
Yeah.
faculty.
Yes. Yeah.
And the
Yes.
dean of graduate studies is supposed to be looking into it as well for me, but I don't have much hope in him. But
Yeah. Now, what's his name?
Steve Greenland,
Steve, yes, Steve, yeah. So I didn't meet Steve because he didn't come over, but I met Dominic,
Yep.
Ruth Wallace, Ruben, and Indigenous PhD. Oh, good value. Yeah,
Mm.
great. Yeah. And there was another one that came over. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. All right. Well, keep in touch with me, and if you
Yep.
can join us next Monday, I'll contact Anne Marie to see if she's able to. She might be in Brisbane visiting family. You know, who knows?
Yeah. And send
Yeah.
her the doco that I sent today.
Oh, I absolutely will. Yeah, and I'm very grateful to you for sending that to me, because I'm now at the stage where I need to pull all of my crazy women writing
Yep.
together. Because it looks like I'm a crazy woman. I've got stuff here, stuff there, all in chapters,
Yeah.
but it's hard to have one document because I'm confusing myself.
Yeah. They say to put it in one document as soon as you can.
Yeah.
But
Well, I didn't listen to that advice. And I also didn't listen to the advice that when you read a journal article, write a couple of paragraphs about what it's about. Because
yeah.
I'm now going back going, oh, yeah, I really like that. That was brilliant. You know, looking at all of my notes.
Yeah.
But it's double handling
Yes.
because I hadn't actually put it into a document. Silly. All right. I'll see you later.
Hopefully on Friday.
Yeah, okay. Yes, Friday. Now let me think about this. This Friday I have got something on. But is it in the evening? I can't remember until I've got the diary.
Yeah.
And and I'm playing being a good wife at the moment. This is the
Oh, yeah.
first time where I've gone somewhere and I haven't been my own person, like I'm Paul's wife. Uh, it's very difficult for me. All right. Oh, I know what it is. He's going away. I'm not. He is. So I'll
Oh, okay.
do Friday morning.
All right, Megan.
See you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.